It's looking like the Avengers Doomsday script has already been leaked in a way that they never thought would happen. Alan Cumming, the man playing Nightcrawler, seems to have given away a big scene from the big movie, and it's not going the way that Disney had hoped for. Look out, folks. It's Fantastic Four versus the X-Men. Hello and welcome one and all. Thank you for heeding the call for Understanding Entertainment. Our job is to keep you ahead of the culture curve, and today we're doing just that, giving you, I suppose, a bit of a spoiler when it comes to the next Avengers movie. As we get ready to explain whether or not this will save Marvel, click the like button and let's get started. Here's the article. It's by George Marston, which sounds like a name from Red Dead Redemption. George Marston has this one out of Games Radar. It says, Avengers Doomsday actor may have confirmed one of the movie's biggest twists. You're hitting Pedro Pascal against the head or something. Did Alan Cumming just spill the beans? Did he just lose the frijoles? Or is this his sense of humor? All right, I'm going to say that yes, he has spilled the beans. Beloved actor Alan Cumming is pouring some fuel on the fiery rumor that the plot of Avengers Doomsday could indeed revolve around a clash between the MCU Avengers and the X-Men of the Fox reality. Cumming, who resumes his role as Nightcrawler from 2003's X-Men 2 for Doomsday, has opened up about filming the blockbuster MCU film in an interview with BuzzFeed UK, and his comments seem to indicate that his character will be squaring off with other Marvel heroes. He says, I was learning stunts yesterday for some fight scene, and I'm thinking, I'm 60 years old. 23 years ago, I played that superhero. I was kind of old for a superhero even then. And now I'm back doing it. That to me is hilarious. I'm sort of learning these fights and I'm like, what? Who am I fighting with? And they said, you're hitting Pedro Pascal against the head or something. Folks, let me tell you why I think this is not a joke. I think it is real. And I think that he's just leaked one of the biggest and most important things about the movie. They have just started the production for this. We have been told, and we have it from authoritative sources, they don't have a script finished yet. Okay? Now, if I add those two things together, they've just started production and they don't have a script finished yet. What can you film if you don't have a script yet? Well, you can't record a lot of dialogue, but while you're scrambling to get the script together, you can hit the high notes with the action scenes that you know have to be in there. And what has to be in Avengers Doomsday, apparently? The Fox X-Men characters fighting against the Fantastic Four. That, I believe, is what is coming to you, to your cinemas, and it is the play that they're going to try to make to get you to go through the door to see this movie. They need this movie to make $1.5 to $2 billion to break even, we believe, and the way they're going to do it is with another Civil War style movie event where the Fox X-Men take on the Fantastic Four. The problem here is Pedro Pascal. Because we're hearing that Pedro Pascal is going to have a very oversized role in Avengers Doomsday.
No.
We're watching as the Marvel movies are not performing well. And if they attempt to get people to go to see the box office based on the idea, the hook, that you're going to watch the X-Men take on Pedro Pascal's Fantastic Four characters, I don't know that that's a winner. We'll go to Kevin first. Kevin, your thoughts on the idea that we now have basically a leak and confirmation that X-Men versus Fantastic Four is part of this movie. Is that the kind of thing that draws back audiences, or is this kind of a yawn at this point?
Well, I mean, I guess this was bound to happen, right? You don't have a script. There's a lot of chaos. You're still bringing in people for this 5,000 person extravaganza. The closing credits to this movie are going to be 4.5 hours long, and that's before you get to the special effects people. I mean, listen, if you told me this 15 years ago, I was going to see the X-Men fight the Fantastic Four, which we should have gotten instead of Fan Four Stick to begin with, I would have been over the moon. But, yawn, who cares?
What if it was John Krasinski as Reed Richards instead of Pedro Pascal? Would you be excited?
Heaven forbid you give fans what they wanted to see. What a novel thought. I'm not really interested in seeing a 60-year-old Nightcrawler roll around with Joel from The Last of Us. I'm so sick and tired of Pedro Pascal. I want to know what crossroads demon this man made a deal with that I am afflicted by him every time I turn on a television. I want to go back to the days when he was a struggling bit actor. I need some time.
Lauren,
I love Marcos, but I'll never forgive it either. Apparently,
Lauren, get in here, and then I've got a question for you too, Lauren. Get in here with what you had to say.
I just want to say, if he made a deal with the Crossroads Demon, I want to hear him play the blues, because I think that would be fun. Also, I think this may be part of their marketing strategy, is that the reason that they actually, I think this is a deliberate leak. We've got, 25 actors that have been released as being in this movie so far? If all of them get an opportunity to just beat the crap out of Pedro Pascal, they just line up. You're just keeping in line. And it's like, all right, now.
I'm all for that. Like, if you just line up and just, I feel like that scene from Airplane, you put him in an airplane seat, you just let everybody.
I stand corrected. I had not thought of this. Lauren, you're exactly right. The movie will just be 25 to 35 actors all standing in a line in a queue, and we just watch them walk up. Okay, wait, hold on though, Lauren, hold on. With the Pedro Pascal situation, where we're hearing now that he is a very big part of this Avengers Doomsday movie, he's also a very big part of Mandalorian and Grogu. These movies are coming out.
And he looks amazing in a skirt.
Yeah, apparently. These movies are coming out in close proximity. If these fail to launch, have we finally seen the end of Pedro Pascal as Hollywood's new It Man?
I think you'll probably see him become less prominent for a while. I mean, it's not unusual for an actor to suddenly become popular and then oversaturate the market and then go away for a while. Maybe do some other projects that are in another venue, like Broadway or something like that. But typically, they go away for a few years and then they start coming back and playing character parts, which is where a lot of actors get their careers revived. And I think that could be interesting. I don't really have anything against Pedro personally. I kind of like some of the work he's done, but I do think he's definitely oversaturated the market, and it would be good for him to go away for a while.
Well, I like the idea of him going to Broadway. You could finally get both Pedro and Rachel in the same stage. It'd be amazing. Could you imagine that? What could they destroy? Basically anything ever good. Yeah, I think that would be extraordinary. Put them together. You have a great idea. He should go to the stage next. Yes, and so bring all of his.
I've got the play they need to be in. Equus.
I'm just holding this awkward pause. Everybody sit in it. Sit in the awkward pause. And cut. All right. Thank you for being part of that. That is called Lauren dropping a reference that clearly was lost on many of us on the panel. And the chat clearly out there saying, "You guys don't know? Come on, get on Lauren's level. Get on Lauren's level."
I can't get on Lauren's level. He's the smartest guy here. The second smartest guy here is Kevin, and that
guy clearly looks intelligent.
What now?
Come on, look at him.
As a connoisseur of hats, I have things to say.
Wow.
Oh me. Well, this is the guy who's going to lead Avengers Doomsday, and we're going to get a big fight between Fantastic Four and X-Men. I just don't think. Listen, the X-Men from Fox, they've got a number of movies. Many of the characters are beloved, and you're going to give us this version of Fantastic Four in one film, and then here we go, and we're supposed to think that these are worthy opponents toe to toe, and I just don't think that the audience is going to respond that way.
These guys, his film is going to go splat against Galactus based on what the expectation is by most of the audience after they saw the Thunderdolts / New Avengers / Boy Are We Embarrassed film. And I'm not hyped for this. I'm hyped for Alan Cumming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Nightcrawler is my favorite. I guess he's my favorite superhero, period. I love the Nightcrawler character. I'm not sure that I'm excited about this. I'm not sure about 60-year-old Nightcrawler beating the crap out of Fantastic Four Pedro Pascal. When I say those words together, they don't really make me excited. I get a little nauseous, but I don't know. Maybe this will work in some bizarro way that I just don't understand. Vash or Kevin, go ahead.
I mean, there is a way to make this movie interesting, I'm sure. but I don't really trust them to go and do it. And for some reason, I mean, I guess maybe we're gonna try to drag it out. They have not announced Tom Holland yet. So you could go back to the original Secret War story, and do that Spider-Man versus the X-Men scene. You could pull directly from the old FF versus the X-Men comic, which was very Doom-centric.
Kevin,
I just don't see any of this happening to make it interesting. So
Kevin, we're getting a commercial with Spider-Man fighting Wolverine. I mean, like, there's no way that cannot happen. That is, of all the things that Disney could do to make $1 billion, just put the commercial out there, put it in the trailer. Tom Holland Spider-Man fighting Hugh Jackman, $1 billion. Now, that doesn't get them to break even, and it doesn't make it a good movie, and it doesn't save Marvel, but it makes $1 billion if you have Tom Holland fight Hugh Jackman in a commercial.
They would have to rob the planet in order to find a way to break even in this movie. We're talking Dr. Evil levels of money. I don't think it's remotely feasible.
$2 billion, Mr. Powers.
Now that Abu Dhabi theme park makes a lot of sense.
Dude, why are we walking around in a Euripides play at this point? If anybody wants to make an arcane reference, it's going to be
you and Lauren tonight. Both of you are high-cultured individuals. Put this baby to bed. This video is over. Turn off the lights, but not quite yet, folks, because we do ask one final thing before we say goodbye, and that is, would you consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it and stick it to those algorithms. It is the notification bell, and drop a comment down below. Also greatly appreciated. Anytime you would like to share this out on your favorite social media platforms, well, we would love that. And we'd also love to hear your thoughts. Folks, drop a comment down below and use that beautiful mind of yours. If you would not mind, we'd love to know what you're thinking. Also, if you would like to become a member of the channel, it's as simple as clicking the join button. It is the price of a soda per month, and you'll gain access to all kinds of new, cool, exclusive information. Folks, until the next time we have the honor of spending time with you, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Hey, Floral, guess what?
You put a fork in Pro's microwave again.
No, that was yesterday.
I don't know that what.
Oh, I've decided to give up on torturing Jonas.
What? Why? In the same way the cat sleeps like 20 hours a day, that was like your purpose.
I know, but I've decided there's bigger fish to fry.
Okay.
Like Lorne. I mean, think about it. Everybody loves him. He's a fan favorite, and frankly, he has almost no weaknesses I can find. Except that he's really smart.
So, you want to annoy the one panelist without a single flaw, because he's smart.
Yeah, like that winged statue at that fancy Paris museum thingy. I want to break the one thing that everyone loves most.
Right. So, kind of like the opposite of Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, exactly. And I get to see her all the time at family reunions anyway.
You get to see Rachel Zegler?
Yeah. She's a total troll. Lives under a bridge, harasses billy goats, the whole 9 yards.
It all makes sense now.
Speaking of which, maybe she'll get me... okay, I'm gonna call her on my... I'm gonna call her and see if she'll be in the next Indiana Jones. She should be the next Indiana Jones. That'll totally destroy Lord. He loves Indiana Jones.
Oh, that's cruel.
Hey, Rach. I've got a cool idea for you that involves a whip and snakes.
I love that description. It's perfect.
I know, right? Weird, as we always say.